Good evening, I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. The Great Lakes freighter Michipicoten is safely anchored in Thunder Bay, Ontario tonight after possibly striking something on Lake Superior Saturday.
The ship started taking on water early Saturday off the shore of Cook County near Isle Royale.
And Northern News Now's Taryn Simmons takes a look at what we know so far and hears from someone who came to the ship's aid.
The U.S. Coast Guard responded to the call around 7 Saturday morning of a Canadian vessel in trouble just 35 miles southwest of Isle Royale. It was quickly taking on water. According to the Coast Guard, the vessel was carrying tactonite, and the initial report indicated the Michipicoten allied or struck something underwater. Eric Peace with the Lake Carriers Association says the Edwin H. Gott, a Great Lakes Fleet vessel, assisted the stranded ship.
So we diverted our ship immediately, went over there, and unknown what exactly had gone on with the vessel.
Peace says that they stayed and assisted the vessel for 4 hours while a National Park Service boat and the Coast Guard helped transfer people off the Michipicoten.
They blocked some of the waves while they launched some rescue boats. 11 people were removed from the vessel. 11 remained on board, but 11 were removed just in case, and we assisted with making sure that was safely done.
As for the safety precautions that ships like these go through, Jason Roan with Duluth Seaway Port Authority says all the vessels go through a series of maintenance and survey routines before they can go out on the water.
And make sure that all of the machinery on the vessels are in good working order. So that's one of the components of the winter work routine that those ships undergo each year to make sure they're seaworthy.
Peace says that these kinds of incidents aren't very common in his experience, and training for situations like this are always happening.
So we're consistently throughout the season conducting drills and exercises with our crews. Even in this instance, it's it's a response effort by us to get there to help out.
No injuries were reported, and the exact cause of the flooding and any other damage to the vessel is being investigated. In Duluth, I'm Taryn Simmons, Northern News Now.
Now, the Michipicoten was en route from 2 harbors across Lake Superior to the Sioux Locks. When that incident happened, the vessel will remain in Thunder Bay for inspection.